Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And we got a special guest in the building.
Yes, it is.
We have Swerve Strickland, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on? What's going on,
AEW
everybody?
superstar.
Yes, sir.
Former AEW world champion. Congratulations.
Yes, first black AEW world champion.
There you go.
And one of the last ones in the last decade in the industry wide. So I'm really proud of that.
Why is AEW so red hot right now? Like we
Man.
had
Mercedes
Monet up there.
Yeah. Shout out Mercedes. Thank you for coming in and opening this door for AEW to come in, for me to come and do it again. But it's our roster, it's our talent, it's our drive, it's our revolution of the style of pro wrestling. It's also the vast variety that we offer. And for me, it's like also the inclusivity. It's the top Japanese wrestlers in the world, the top luchadors in the world from Mexico, the top talents from Canada, like of all time, where you're getting all of it. You know, it's also that hunger that we have. We always feel like we're fighting to prove it. You know, we always feel like there's something to prove, there's something to fight for and progress to every single week, 3 times a week on television, TBS and TNT. So there's a lot to fight for and there's a lot to prove. And I feel like you see that and you feel that in our matches and our promos, our product, you know.
Now, how did you get into wrestling? Tell us that story. What made you say, you know what, Mom, Dad, I want to be a wrestler?
It was mainly Mom. So I went to the military right after high school. It was like 2 weeks after I graduated high school. My mom literally was my recruiter. And she was also my sister's recruiter. So she both recruited us civilian-wise. Civilian recruiter got us both recruited to the same unit. And I went 3 years after my sister went in. Did my 2 months in basic training. Did my 8 months after that. So I didn't come home for like another 10 months after this. I'm 16, 17 years old doing this on my own. I come back and I was just like, you know what? Like I was working a job. My first job was at Comcast Cable. I was installing cable in people's homes. Then I went to I got laid off from that job. Then I went to just packing trucks at UPS at 4 in the morning. I was like, all right, you know what? If I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be working hard. I'm going to work hard at something that I'm passionate about, something that I don't think I can do. I want to try to do something that I don't think I can do. And pro wrestling was just something I was just passionate about since I was 12. And I was like,
you was a wrestling fan.
Oh yeah. Like it was the video games that really got me hooked. It was my friends.
Which one?
SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth.
Got you.
That was the one. It's just like the roster was crazy, like the stories was crazy, and this is the athleticism. But Rey Mysterio was the one that really got me. And
very underrated wrestler, I think Rey Mysterio is.
He's the greatest luchador of all time, and I think his impact is just crosses over so much. And so big respect to Uncle Ray. He's still a good friend of mine. So I would say it was just okay, I had the military to fall back on if anything was to happen. So I have that. Let me move down to Virginia from Pennsylvania. Let me start my wrestling career. I called this promoter, Dave McLeod. He told me to come through. I moved down Sunday. I was training on Tuesday. My mom paid my first month's tuition. And then I had a month to get a job to pay for it the rest of the way. And sure enough, that was the rest of my journey.
So you come from a military family though, right?
Yeah.
Your parents, both of them, or
my dad.
Yeah,
my dad was served in Desert Storm.
Damn. So what made you want to get into it? Just because your dad did it, or?
It was something my mom thought was a good foundation to start my
So you didn't
life
have a choice.
as a man.
Your mom was like, your mom made you.
Yeah.
You must have been bad too.
Yeah,
though.
that's all I'm saying.
16, 17, they shipping you off to the military.
16, he said.
Damn.
Yeah, 16. I graduated at 17. I was like, boom. 2 weeks later, I was on a bus.
Damn.
Yeah. But it wasn't bad. It was just I'm actually at the time, I was like, man, I want to just go out and do what my friends are doing. I want to see the world. I want to have fun. Let me at least sleep on the couch for 2 weeks. Give me something. But that's what started me to learn how to be a man and to go after things, not because man, oh, this is something you can kind of put off. No, if you don't do it yourself, it's not getting done.
Yeah.
I got to learn to shave. I got to learn to do my laundry. I got to learn to buy a plane ticket. I got to learn to do all these things. And I did it because I was put in a position that I didn't have the choice. I had to learn it. I had to put myself in these situations. And so when I started my wrestling journey, my career, I was comfortable. I was like, oh, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, you know what? Let me try that. Let me do that. And it's that fear and that confidence. That fear went away, my confidence grew. and that's like resonated with my work and my wrestling.
And you entered into WWE
at first?
No, that came like 10 years later.
Okay, so what was the build? Like, what was the journey up? Like, what?
Independence. So my first year in wrestling, 2008, I started training. August of 2008, and my first match was until March of 2009. Within that time, I was training. I had the military, so I had to do my drills from Virginia all the way back up to Pennsylvania. That's a 4-hour drive.
Whoa.
Once a month. Had to get a job. Started school, ITT Tech, and drafting and design. And then, so all that was going on. But then later of 2009, my oldest daughter was born. So now I was like, oh, that's like, I'm taking on too much. I'm taking on too much at like 18. Some has to go. And so school, had to get rid of school. Found odd jobs here and there. My mom got me a job working at a cemetery and like just doing like groundskeeper work, picking up on the grass and all that stuff. And then just that's really what my daughter being born, my oldest Anaya, that's really what sparked me. I was like, okay, this has to work now.
So where did these wrestling matches happen? Because
independent-wise,
when you Google stuff, you see like wrestling matches in Mexico or
that's the independence. That's the grind.
So that's where you would wrestle. So you just
I would do tours in Mexico. Like I didn't start doing tours till the UK in 2013. But other than that, like before that, I was just like, I would get a connect. That guy would link me to this promoter, and then I would just go to the show and just sit and watch the show in hopes of like, hopefully I can get booked. So I would help put the chairs away. I would help like, hey, anything you need, I'm here. I'm like, I live like not far away. I can be back here.
So how do you know who you're wrestling? Because usually wrestling is like we have to know what each other's doing. So now they just throw in the ring, and you just be like, go.
You just figuring it out.
You just figure it out.
That's part of it.
Were you mimicking moves you saw in the video game? Or?
All the time.
Okay.
When I first got in, I was just doing like, I thought this was cool. I thought like I used to do this all the time. Hit the button, it would work. So I was like, I'd translate that. But then when I started training, I was like really finding out. I was like, yo, this isn't me. I shouldn't be doing this. Then like, but getting in the ring, you find that stuff out. So that's where I was like, I need to get in the ring more. I need to get in the ring with people I like, I don't like, that match me, that don't match me. I need to give people a variety of talents and body shapes and all this stuff, tags, this, all that. So I just like spread my variety of like knowing who I am and figure out who I am, and then like also understand how to get better and how to make myself an asset on any show with any promoter.
Gotcha.
How'd you get the name Swerve?
Big Sean, man. I'm a big Sean fan.
Swerve.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
does he know that?
Hopefully this gets out there. And just Big Sean, I'm a big fan of yours. I actually talked to Say It Ain't Tone a lot, and he was the one that helped write I Don't F With You and stuff. So like I'm like a degree away from Sean. I never met him. But when Mercy came out, that was over.
Swerve.
That was hard. I was like, and I was looking for like a nickname. I was like Shane Strickland at the time. I named myself Shane because I like the rhythm of like Shane Strickland. That's like a cool. But also I had a cat named Shane that ran away when I lived in Germany. But that's another story itself. But it was just like I needed like a boxing acronym like Sugar Shane Mosley, something like, you know. And I was like Swerve. I was like, that's it.
Wow.
Because it just felt like it was like a hip hop crossover, and it felt smooth and it felt right.
Salute to Big Sean. So how different is it Stephon?
Yeah, yep.
So how different is Stephon Strickland from Swerve Strickland?
I feel like Swerve Strickland is a persona that's just my childlike wonder just put on display. I have a lot of things about myself as a child, watching a lot of cartoons, watching a lot of like anime, playing a lot of these video games, doing like listening to music I listen to, watching the movies that I watch. I take all those things and it's combined to make what Swerve is. And as the years, if you watch me from 2013 to 2012, I would say is really where it started taking off. And then 13, 14, 15, you saw the Swerve persona just mature and grow. So that's why I'm really proud about what Swerve has become, because you've ultimately seen Swerve's age of 10 years plus, and now but a lot of people are just seeing it from like 2022, 23 on now. But if you go back in my career, you've seen Swerve, the origin of that 2012.
You know, I asked Mercedes the same question because, you know, I'm from the era where it was WCW and then WWE was everything. So when you see people leave WWE to go to companies like AEW, to me that's unheard of, because I thought WWE was the cream of the crop. So what made you walk away from WWE?
It wasn't my choice. It was just like we got fired.
Oh, yeah, fired. Okay.
But it wasn't like I did something. It was just a political landscape of things. It was like the pandemic, people coming out of the pandemic. There was a lot of like layoffs going up and down, offices, talent. Like me and you would have a match Wednesday, you fought on Friday. I'm like, what happened?
Wow.
Like you were literally booked, so you didn't do anything wrong, but it's just like these cutting costs left and right. So a lot of people felt the effects of that, and it was out of our hands. It was out of like Triple H's hands. There's nothing he could do. It was just like it was just so high up. And then eventually we got drafted to SmackDown as a group as Hit Row, and that's why I was like with Vince McMahon. Finally listening to him now and talking with him. It wasn't very long. I didn't get a lot of time up there, but just that little bit, that little glimpse of that window was enough to like change my mindset to make me better.
Is it someplace you would want to go back to? Like, let me build myself up in AEW, then maybe go to WWE?
No, I'm happy with building AEW. I'm happy with building myself in AEW. AEW is giving me something that I don't think WWE could ever give me. And I'm really I'm really proud of that, and I wave the flag proudly because Tony Khan didn't take a chance on me. He knew what he wanted from me, and he put me in the position, and he was like, now grow. And I'm like, okay, what avenues do I have to grow? He's like, whatever you want. There was no parameters, there was no red tape, and I learned how to just become like a true businessman on top of just a professional wrestler. That's why the mogul persona is truly personified in AEW. It's literally let me be my best self as a man and a professional.
So that's what they gave you? They gave you that? They gave you instilled that entrepreneurial spirit in you? Okay,
yes.
That's crazy. Your and Mercedes answers are basically like identical, kind of.
Same
yeah,
answers,
yeah. It's beautiful. I haven't even listened to her
Yeah,
stuff
that's
yet.
crazy.
She was here this morning.
No, it's dope also too because it just shows how much the game is changed, right? And it's because to me that's just a reflection of how the whole world is now. Like all the non-traditional institutions,
it's out the window.
Yeah,
it's out the window. And like, so last night I came in, Kaz.
Salute to Kaz.
Yeah, shout out Kaz. He invited me on AB to the Apollo Theater to watch the unveiling of the evolution of the black quarterback. And Roger Goodell was there. This is at the Apollo Theater. Roger Goodell was there. I'm watching Michael Strahan on stage, Michael Vick, Jalen Hurts, all talking about the evolution of where they went, all these like struggles that the black quarterback went through, and that like coaches in the league, the infrastructure really thinking like the black man is not capable of playing quarterback because they're not smart enough to call plays and do these things and stuff. And talking about like he shouldn't be paid this wage. He's above market value. And I'm sitting here like, man, there was an article like a month ago about me getting my new contract, one of the highest contracts in wrestling recently, and I'm paid above market value. I'm like, these are like 50 years apart, and we're still having the same conversations. Right. So I like we're still like that's what AEW is beautiful for, and that's what I'm proud to be there because it's like we're shaking the foundation again like they did 50 years ago, and we're doing it now with pro wrestling. And if I got to be the person to do that alongside Tony Khan, and we stand strong, I'm like, no, that's our world champion, that's the lead of our company at this moment, and he's going to be the face of the franchise for years to come. And I'm riding with that. It took a coach from 1970 to do the same thing for his quarterback, for Doug Williams to win a championship. And somebody said at the end of the documentary, it's on Amazon, when you can watch it now, he said, when Michael Vick asked him, he was like, what's the legacy? What's your legacy that you want to leave behind? And Doug was like, if you write the history of the league, can they leave your name out of it? That's how you know you made an impact. So eventually, when the history books of AEW gets rewritten or however that story's told, you can't leave Swerve Strickland out of it. And I feel like that's why I need to be in AEW.
You bought your mother's childhood home, or your childhood home?
I did, in a sense.
Okay, break that down.
So, my man Nana here, manager. As soon as we got that contract, we took the bonus money. And we went back to where a spot where I grew up on, where we moved from back from Germany when I was a military brat. And we settled on the place and was like, yo, we got a chance to actually make a bid for it. So we make the bid, actually bought the property. And sure enough, it's still in my name. The property and the land is still in my name. But as you can see, if you watch AEW, a rival of mine, we've been going on blood feud for a year now. Hangman Page, I despise this man, and he hates me probably more.
In real life?
You gotta watch the see. You gotta watch the see. You gotta watch the show.
Wait, continue.
What do you do to the house?
Yeah, because I was listening.
Oh, y'all in?
Yeah.
Y'all invested?
Yeah.
Hey, so went to the contract signing on TV on Dynamite. He doesn't show up. Pops up on the screen. You see that Hangman is actually at the house that I purchased. And it's like, hasn't been remodeled or anything yet. This man walks in pouring gasoline all over the place. All over the place. And I can't do anything. I don't know, like, he's there, I'm here. Don't know if it's a live feed, don't know if it happened already. We don't know if it's pre-taped or nothing. Goes in, sits down on the couch, and it's an old couch. I remember this couch when I was little. It was an old couch. He sat down on the front lawn, lights a match, and the match runs all the way around and goes in the house and burns down right in front of me on live TV.
Did y'all plan that?
I couldn't plan that.
Why
so
isn't
is
he in jail for
arson? Yeah.
I'm asking the same thing. I'm like,
you got to turn to snitch Strickland.
I'm asking the same thing.
You got to tell on him.
AEW going too far.
Snitch Strickland.
It's on live TV. There's
well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You got to press charges.
This is a bit much. Yes.
Yo.
And now you got to beat his ass now. Like,
How did
now
your
you got to
mama
take it outside the
feel?
ring.
How's your family feel?
Yeah, I have yet to talk to my mom about that. You know, I should call her.
When did this air?
Like maybe 2-3 weeks ago. Maybe
Damn.
longer. Maybe longer. 3 weeks ago.
My mom would have been called me.
So
and
have you
cussed
seen
me
him
out.
in the street? Any of these? Do you have to fight in the ring? Do you see him in the street and just punch him in the face?
The next time I saw him since after that, we had All Out, the pay-per-view in Chicago.
You had the cage match.
The cage match. That was the last time I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
And 10,000 people sold out. Matter of fact, that was like maybe, 4 days between then? We were at 6,000 to 7,000 tickets sold.
Mm-hmm.
That aired. We went to 10,000 sold out. Boom. We main event, an unsanctioned match. Unsanctioned means AEW wipes their hands clean of anything that happens in this match.
Oh, y'all could kill each other. In the
We
ring
can
then.
do whatever we want, and there's no lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to take it a little bit above, the ramifications of what just a regular street fight or hardcore or regular cage match usually is. So have the cage match. I bring out the cinder block. I drop his head on a solid cinder block. Bow. He power bombs my back on the cinder block. Solid. I still have sciatic nerve damage on my back from this. Then he pulls out from his jacket coat a syringe. A hypodermic needle, and he takes it and pokes it right through my cheek, stabs me, and it goes all the way through.
What in the soap opera is this?
Is that why you've been
All
MIA? You still getting yourself together?
I'm still trying to figure myself
He's
out.
such
right
a-
now.
what was in
I'm
the
not medically
syringe?
cleared still.
Yeah, what was in
the syringe?
I don't know. I didn't put it in there.
You didn't check?
How could I check? It came out of his
How the
jacket.
hell you could check the syringe?
You go to the doctor to see what was in his.
So
You said the syringe was in his
But yeah,
thing.
he stabbed me, and then he takes a folding metal chair, bashes over my head, goes right through. I knocked out
So
completely.
he won.
He won.
Did he?
He won.
Jesus
He won by
Christ.
knockout. But still to this day, that man has yet to actually pin me or make me submit. So
Let me ask
he's
you a
never
question.
beat me yet.
So during that, where your people's at? They ain't jump in the ring and help you?
It's a cage. We're locked out. Yeah.
So you still not medically cleared?
I'm not medically clear, so I won't be at Grand Slam tonight.
So what's the point in doing all of that?
What's the point
Like,
of all that?
because then you can't fight right now.
It's passion.
Was the
So
money that good for that cage
You got to pull up
fight?
to his crib, man.
Like I said, I already signed my contract extension. I'm set, but
Okay.
I still want to do these matches because I'm passionate about this business. I'm passionate about my company.
She asked you if the money was good. Something was said about you that I've never heard. They said people in the WWE felt your contract was above market price.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody complain that somebody got too much money.
That's what he said earlier.
Well, they only complain when a black person gets paid.
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
say
yeah,
that
yeah.
when it gets paid,
Yeah.
and that's what once again we shake the foundation and things like that because it's like, oh snap, wait, and it's not what we would pay. I'm like, then why are you calling me? Why are you asking me?
Right.
Like if I'm not your concern, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about my pockets and our money. We good. Like you have your talent, and you made your decision with me 2 years ago. No hard feelings from me. Boom, I keep it moving. I'm gonna figure my way out, and I'm gonna build myself up.
Is it true they tried to re-sign you? WWE?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't like the words resign. They asked about my availability, So that was came up, but they never contacted me. They contacted my representation, and I I'm at a stage now which I enjoy the fact that I don't have that direct contact. When you are progressing and getting higher, and you like in rooms with guys like people like you and stuff, you got to kind of keep a little bit of a space in between these type of conversations, because it's like you can check my phone, it's never been there. Like I never had direct contact. It's always I want to keep that little space, but it has been communication has been reached out.
Now I've seen the reaction. I met you in the airport, and like just stopping to have a conversation. People was walking by, Swerve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people, you definitely having an impact.
In New York, it's bigger than I thought. We just me and my man Flash Garments, we just did Sneaker Con in Coney Island like 2 days ago, and there's like big names walking around. You know, like Queen's Flip walking around. You got like a lot of like Stephon Marbury's walking around there. But I'm getting a lot of shout outs. I'm like, yo, I watch it all the time. Like, word? Like, and then like, oh man, like, oh my God, I just watched the pay-per-view. Are you okay? Are you like checking on me? And I'm like, there's a lot of people. And it's like, wow, this is like growing bigger than I ever expected, like the impact. And so it's like, how can you, with that kind of stuff, it's like, you can't see that kind of interaction on social media and Twitter. Interactions and comments are never going to show you the impact of an actual person and like giving you that type of love. And I appreciate that. That's my market value right there. That explains it to me, because it's like these people aren't commenting telling you all this stuff.
Right.
These people are here with you in person. These people are going to show up wherever you go. These people are going to buy your product and like are going to wear it with pride and show like, yo, this is my guy. I'm rooting for him. No matter what he does, I'm going to be there. You know.
Now, after that, when you getting your get back, man? When you getting Hangman again? When's that match? You need your get back, bro.
As soon as I get my medical clearance, man, it's out of my hands right now.
When you go back in for another like retry for the clearance?
Right now, we'll see. Like maybe another week or so. I got to go to LA in between that time, so I got some other business ventures in between this. But yeah, so
where Hangman live, man? You got to pull up on his crib, man.
I've been to his old house. Yes, if you can look back, I've literally trespassing started this whole thing because I went to his house
Y'all
and talked to his child.
must be working with the cops, because how y'all be doing all this and don't nobody get locked up?
Nana's a bad man, bro. He be hiding. Yo, he's a bad man. He be hiding. Like he be talking his way out. He talks me out of situations and into them. Some good, some bad, here and there.
What do you want more? You want to get back on Hangman more, or getting your title back?
That's a good question. Maybe one day it might be one and the same, because Hangman's on a streak right now. He's like on a war path. In a lot of ways, him pressing me has made him better, and I brought out something great in him that eventually, with my absence, he probably will be a world champion again. So maybe at that time I'll get both. I get my get back and the world championship at the same time. But that's the effect of what Swerve brings to this roster of All Elite Wrestling. I make your guy better, and in turn, he makes me better. So it's almost like we're slinking each other. Like he pulls me up to the main event, and I become this main eventer. I make history. First black AEW world champion, first black world champion in main event Wembley Stadium ever in history of that building. And then boom, cage match. I can't do nothing with him. He takes me out. My body's wrecked. He becomes better. I bring him back to the main event scene. So it's like we're killing each other, but at the same time we're bettering each other at the same time in the product. And
you do music too, right?
Yes, sir.
You rap? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. I got 3 albums out with my group member Swerve and Swerve City Montezi. He's been signed with Rough Rider back in the day when he was like 17 years old, and he taught me everything I know about rap. And then me and my man Flash Garments, like last month, put out a project, Motion Sickness, and he's taking me to another level because he's been on the writing team with Kanye West on the Donda album. You know, we went to the Grammys together 2 years ago and watched our producer Prophet win 2 Grammys for the songs that he put out. So I'm in a great team and window with these guys, you know. So I'm learning at the later stage of my life, but I'm learning the right way rather than trying to go 10 years of doing it wrong. So, yeah, we're doing great stuff with music right now. We're going to continue to do more. I have songs with Benny the Butcher. West Side Gun's been on our records.
West Side, big wrestling fan.
Big.
I don't know him personally, but I just know that he's a big wrestling fan.
Hilarious dude, fun dude. Bun B is a mentor of mine, becoming a mentor of Who Kids, hosting our records. You know,
Bun and West Side did your It walked you out or something?
Yeah. At Wembley Stadium. Yeah. We're doing a lot of great stuff, man.
How'd you connect with them? Just through the wrestling?
My man Albert Gentile, he's honestly the one that really personified the mogul character, the persona of what Swerve is when I first came out there, really started getting motion, the tag team champion and stuff. He brought Kevin Gates, and we had Kevin Gates do something on the show. We brought Rick Ross in. He done something on the show. Fabulous came out with us on Grand Slam 2 years ago in New York. Recently had Jim Jones do my intro. Man, you name it. Like Flash brought Floyd Mayweather to sit front row in Vegas when I did my world title match.
How important is it to merge culture with wrestling?
It's really big because people don't know what it is, what wrestling truly is, until you like, or I would say support it. You got to like something, whatever it is. You got to see what you like, and then then you start supporting it. But you don't know what you like if you don't watch it. And something has to attract you to like it. And so doing all these things like, oh, that's a familiar face. If he's there, let me peek at it. Let me just check it out. And if you check it out, you're like, oh, you know what? I do like this. You know, when does the show come on? When the next time they in town? I got the kids. I got my girlfriend. I got this. Like, I got my friends. You got to pique that interest a little bit, just enough to get people to like something. Then when they like it enough and they want to see it again, then it becomes an investment. The investment becomes like a group. The group becomes a community, and then the community becomes a fandom, and that's slowly but surely how like you kind of grow a product. And it may take 2 weeks, may take 5 months, may take 3 years, but my philosophy, my personal trainer, Niall, shout out to him. He tells me, like, when we started training a year and a half ago, I was like 193. Now I got up to 220. He got me to 215 pounds in 3 months. He said 1% a day is 365% a year. So just move 1% a day. In a year, you're going to triple your investment, but you got to just move one bit. And that's my philosophy with everything I do. Music, just get one new fan. Just get one new stream. Then wrestling, just get one new fan. Just get one guy to buy one shirt. Just one. Then, you know, you just move something forward every single day.
You got this, you dropping sneakers now, right?
Yes. Yeah, we actually have
That's why you were at SneakerCon?
Yeah.
Okay, so with you have them.
Oh, I forgot to get you envy size.
Yeah, I want to see them.
Yeah. You never text me back about the size. We brought them in. Flash brought the big pressures right here. That's my logo.
So is this too just a part of, you know, understanding that like even fashion as culture connects?
Absolutely.
Fans okay, it's fine.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. Like
It feel light.
Very. These are the shoes I literally won the world championship in.
They kind of look like Jordans. Is that
right?
Yeah, it's
on
purpose. It's a vibe. You got Mosh. I designed it, and then I had Mosh make it. So
shout out Mosh.
Shout out to Mosh. He's a legendary sneaker designer.
Yeah, he's designed shoes and put them in like.
That's dope.
He's designed shoes for like Stephon Diggs. He wears on the field and stuff. Like Curry, like LeBron. He's given like these designs and shoes and mixed them all up. But I'm the first wrestler to have his own brand shoe.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What size are your Charlamagne post?
That's why I didn't text you. That's literally why I forgot to text you. I don't think you should text another man asking his shoe size. This is an 11.
You know, as I was texting
I'm
you.
a 10. I'm gonna leave my paper with all the, you know.
Oh, so you got your right size then?
No,
that's an 11. He needed 10.
Oh.
I'm put up here with
So I'm bigger than you.
With NLE,
Oh, wow.
Fat Man Scoop. What?
Okay.
What you say?
He said he's bigger than you.
So Emery's, we got Vegas Jones sneakers up there. NLE Chopper. You said Fat Man Scoop.
I said Fat Joe.
Oh, Fat Joe. Okay.
That's a huge honor to be up there with these guys. I was at Rolling Loud when NLE Chopper did drop the shoes and the song.
Dope. Well, how can they order these?
Oh, we're gonna be dropping a link very soon, but Amash is gonna have it's gonna be lit. We had like 70 pairs.
How did the SneakerCon world embrace them?
It's still new and it's fresh because it's like this is like a all-purpose shoe. It's like you can play basketball in them, you can dance in them, you can wear them as fashion. I've literally like had multiple matches on pay-per-views and TV and main evented with these shoes, and they are like the most comfortable shoe I've ever had. And I've wrestled 15 years. It's probably the most comfortable footwear I've ever had in the ring. So we're gonna start bringing them out more because we had to get like branding, we had to get trademarks and logos, we had to like do a sample, then bring it back.
Yeah.
You know how the production works. But now it's ready.
How much are they for people that want to buy them? And how can they buy them if they want?
It's gonna be $250, and we're gonna be bringing them out slowly, one by one, like by a link. And when we're gonna drop that link very, very soon, so be ready. And when the link drops, as soon as you click on, make the order, it's coming to you.
All right.
You know, I want to ask you one more question before you go.
Yeah.
How big of an influence was Shawn Michaels on you?
Huge. Growing up, watching him, I had to go back and look at his tapes from like his prime years, but he was huge, and he's still to this day, like he'll text me like, "Happy birthday, Happy Father's Day," and I'll text him back Happy Father's Day and stuff like that. We still have a good a good relationship. He was the influence on when I really took off in my WWE NXT era, because I was just like stuck in like hitting this wall over and over again weekly, and like I was having these conversations with Triple H. I was getting this runaround. I wasn't really getting anywhere. Then I got a promotion one day, and I was just like not happy about it. I was like, I don't feel like I earned the promotion. I feel like you're just paying me to keep me here rather than like paying what I earned, you know? And so like I spoke out about it. I was like, I want to be learning under Shawn. He was like, well, yada, yada, yada. Matt Bloom was like saying yada, 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 whatever. But his office is over there. I'm like, oh, bet. And I walked over to Shawn. I was like, hey, can we do tape study?
I didn't know you could do that.
Me neither.
Oh.
But I was like, but that's those little unwritten rules that's like, is there, but it's like, oh, I could just do this. Why am I not? But there's no rule saying you can't, but there's no rule saying you can. There's no push to give you that. You got to find it within yourself to be like, you know, I am good enough. Well, let me take that leap. And worst case scenario, I'm right back to square one where I was. So I just took the leap. I was like, Shawn, can I watch tape with you sometime? Like an hour? Something like that. He's like, give me 3 matches, email them to me, and I'll pick one and we can watch it on Tuesday. Sure enough, he was lived up to his word. We watched a match of like me on the Indies from like 4 years ago. He's like, I want to see the reason you got here. What's the reason that we signed you to this contract to be here? I want to watch that. So we watched these stuff, and he's quiet, just watching, and like guys like that, they're not gonna no, they're just gonna watch. Like William Regal was very much like that too, and he's just like, match was over, he stopped. He's like, I know exactly the kind of performer you are now. Now I know who you are. Now I know what you can offer. Next thing you know, he's in meetings talking about TV the night before, and he's texting me. He's like, okay, they want to see you get a little more aggressive and stuff like that. So bring it next match. I'm like, that's it? That's all I got to do? Next match, beating the hell out of me and Bronson Reed, going back and forth. He comes back, and he was like, it was like a football coach after the match. He was like, smacks me in the ass, like, that's what I'm talking about. There you go. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I got that from Shawn. Next thing you know, North American Championship match happened. Wow. Next thing you know, TV, I'm getting the microphone to talk now, live. I get to show my personality more, because anybody can just be a wrestler, but to show who you are and be comfortable in the camera, to really like flash your stuff. Like I'm wearing like T-shirts that aren't even WWE approved. I'm wearing like my friend's shirt from back in the day. I'm like, I don't know, I'm getting away with this. I'm gonna try some more stuff. When you get like that, you get comfortable. Then when you're comfortable, the crowd's comfortable. Right. And when the crowd's comfortable, the crowd's having fun. And then they're having fun with you. Now it's a vibe. It's like a concert, a comedy show. If the comedian's having fun and joking, I'm comfortable enough to laugh with this guy, the stranger. I'm comfortable enough to get loud, yell back, hey, yeah. You got to open them up like that. And that's where I really start opening up. And that's what got me ready for AEW, to do it in stadiums, weekly, in the arenas. It got me to do it with black audiences, white audiences, in Canada. Got me to do it in UK. Got me to do it in like all these other places. Now it's like I can just own a room and be comfortable in it. Not like that feeling of like anxiety, because that can overtake you. But now like I shut that down and I'm zoned in. So, but all that started from those tape studies with Shawn. The
reason I love that is because, you know, a lot of times folks will just be like, either they're not gonna give me no mentorship, or you know, they're not gonna want to talk to me. But closed mouth don't get fed. Just the fact you went in there and hollered at him, he was willing to share the information.
And I think he respected the fact that I was like, looked him dead in the eye as a man. I was like, I want to get better because I know I can. As like, if you're coaching a football team, you want to put people on the field that know they can win. You don't want people that are like, I don't know. You hire, and that translates to regular life. You don't want to hire the plumber that's like, I might be able to fix your toilet. I'm kind of, but I don't know. No, I'm like, I'm the best plumber in the freaking east Western Hemisphere and the south of the Mississippi.
Right.
You want people that know that they can do the job.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know that you can do the job, you're going to pay them whatever price because I need it done. I need it done well, and I need it done fast, right now. All right, it's going to cost you, though, but it will be done.
Word.
You know what? Here's a tip. That's market value.
Swerve Strickland,
ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
We
Where can
appreciate
they
you for
follow
joining
you,
us
Swerve?
this morning.
At Swerve Confident on all social media platforms, man. Myself, Flash, Garments. We got the Motion Sickness album out that has the Big Pressure Trill remix with Bun B and Westside Gun on there with Who Kid hosting the entire album.
Let's play it.
Play it, please.
Let's play
for
it.
the love of God.
All right.
Play that.
You got a clean version, Crespo? Let's play it.
Well,
Not
there
to
you have
mention
it.
tonight at Grand Slam, man. Or where were we? Grand Slam Arthur Ashe Stadium this
There you go.
Wednesday. It's
All
going
right,
on.
well, it's Swerve Strickland. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.